You probably know the situation. You're in a cool city and nothing else is planned for today except street photography. Oh, and some coffee, of course. Then suddenly there's someone in front of you who seems to have a camera allergy.
I'm offended.
Do you sometimes wonder why some street photographers are never confronted while taking photos and others are approached practically every time they go on a tour? And not, hey, cool camera, but rather, hey, did you take my photo? If this sounds familiar to you, you should definitely stay tuned. Welcome to the psychology behind confrontations in street photography. In this video, we will answer the question of what causes people to confront you during street photography and how you can behave so that this is much less likely to happen. And what dialects have to do with it. Let's jump right in. So, we humans have a personal distance zone, which means the distance to other people we are okay with. This varies depending on culture, location, and personal relationship. Within a range of half a meter, we find it pleasant when only close family members and partners are present. At a distance of 1 to 1.5 meters, we are comfortable with friends. At a distance of 2 to 3 meters, we are comfortable with those we don't know well, like neighbors. And at a distance of 3 to 4 meters, we also accept strangers. Of course, this does not apply to situations where physical proximity is unavoidable, such as in the subway or at Shibuya intersection. But if someone comes closer than 3 meters on an empty street, we will take notice, of course. Since we as street photographers normally don't know the people being photographed, we can put it like this. Depending on the culture and location, 1.50 meters to 6 meters is our personal distance zone. Here in Germany, for example, people become suspicious from a distance closer than 5 meters in my experience. But for some shots, we would like to be closer. Here's how you can get closer without being too suspicious. The first thing you should try out is to make people on the street have to enter your personal distance zone. Here's how. Position yourself at an entrance of a building or in a narrow street with good light and simply let people walk through the picture. The fishing technique, like it is often called. You'll see that many are polite and will stop because they don't want to disturb you while you're taking photos. I always say, this is going to take a long time, sorry. Most of them then move on and eventually I get a good shot. If you get close to people, which means in their personal distance zone, and pull up the camera to take a photo, then most of them will be suspicious. Instead of pulling up the camera, pulling the trigger and walking away, do the following. Pretend you're taking a video. Move towards your subjects in one continuous, fluid motion. Take your photo and keep walking as if you were filming the cityscape. Making videos is much more accepted for some reason that I haven't understood yet. Another important point in the psychology of street photography is how you are categorized by others. If you are seen as somehow crazy or even dangerous, it is clear that you will get negative reactions. Maybe not from the people on the street themselves because they are, afraid of you, but when you're lucky, from the police or security. But also if people don't know what you're actually doing, you're perceived as somehow sus. So we humans tend to frame others as friendly and not dangerous or as possibly dangerous in a fracture of seconds. This is the heritage of our ancestors who needed to be cautious in order to be not killed by wild bears or other dangerous animals. So, as strange as it may sound, you should think about a trustworthy role for your photo walks. The best two roles from my perspective are the tourist or the photographer. By the photographer, I mean a kind of professional photographer, not a hobbyist. So, how does a tourist behave? He photographs everything that comes in front of his lens, especially in touristy areas, and as a beginner photographer, this role is ideal for photographing people unnoticed. Simply look at the building behind them and don't make any eye contact. You can also combine this with the video mode I mentioned before, or pretend you're holding your camera for the first time like Gary Winogrand used to do it. People will know how to categorize you, a tourist, and won't pay any further attention to you. Or your role is the professional photographer. This is suitable for slightly more experienced, confident street photographers who have a bit more equipment or larger equipment with them. Here you can be a little braver, and if you are asked what you're doing, just be honest, like, "Oh, I'm working on a photo project. Can I email you the photo? You were standing in a beautiful light. Do you want to see the shot? The gesture you made was so beautiful. Sorry for disturbing you." Of course, it is ideal if you can speak the local language or even the local dialect for this role. I have found that a shared dialect can create immediate closeness. This is also the case for me, for example, with a dialect spoken here in my part of Bavaria in Germany, which sounds something like this. Jo sapralot zerfix. What am I doing here? Based on my experience, after some years of street photography, I can say that in most cases you won't be approached if people can clearly identify you as harmless. In most cases, fractions of a second are enough to frame somebody. A tourist, or a photographer. As a typical pedestrian, you don't usually have much more mental capacity on a walk in a city. You have to think about where you have to go, which subway is running when, etc., etc. The attention is only focused on a certain person with a camera if he or she seems somehow suspicious. Try to choose a trustworthy role for your photo walk, and you'll see most people have better things to do than care about you when you're taking photos.